Hi, okay, this is the class behavior management sheet that's meant to help set the tone for specials classes, for after school, for anything like that where maybe kids need to be reminded of the same expectations as in a regular classroom. So it starts with the school-wide agreements and then goes into class norms. So the whole idea is to just read this at the start of the class, and you can pretty much read it verbatim to keep it short and sweet. So you just, hey kids, before we get started, this is a reminder. Our school expectations are that you respect yourself and others, you work hard, you do your best, you take care of our school and supplies, you respect our environment and our school community, and you use technology responsibly. In this class, your expectations are that you listen, that you raise your hand, you show respect, and you work cooperatively. And for your own personal self, you're expected to ask yourself, okay, am I prepared? Am I ready? Am I on time? Am I participating? Am I showing effort? And am I behaving? When that doesn't happen, when the expectations aren't met, we're going to give you a reminder so that you can do over again, have a second chance. If it happens again, you're going to have a short reflection. So now you need to set aside and fill out a think about it sheet. If it's a younger student, then you have them just in a timeout chair. If it happens again, now it's going to be a lunch reflection, which means you're doing this think about it process during your lunchtime. And if it happens again, now we're calling home because what we've been doing isn't helping enough. We need the family's help. And if that doesn't help enough, then we're asking your parent to come in, sit down, and meet. Because at the end of the day, we've got to help you to behave in a way that's going to be really successful for you. And that's what this is all about. So using this right at the start of class really helps to set the tone and is already going to minimize issues. Now, by the time you get started with your class, if somebody is, acting out or whatever it might be, then you just, hey, as your first reminder, please, you remember the rules and the behaviors that's expected. A lot of times, just from doing that, giving that first reminder, that helps to decrease the situation. The person who was already starting to act out, they could settle down, and it also deters others in the classroom because they see consequences are a real thing. Now, to use the sheets, if you need to, you're just going to flip over and give them one of the sheets underneath. Now, underneath, there are a couple different kinds depending on what age group you're with. So the first one is just the standard general think about it sheet. It's basically just asking them, okay, what did you do? Why did you choose that? And what do you need to choose differently? Okay. And there's like three of the forms in the clipboard packet. The next sheet underneath that is for the younger kids. This is more like visually based. So it's going to ask, okay, how are you feeling? And then they can circle the feeling. And they can ask, what were you doing? And again, they're going to answer that way. Generally, I find with the younger kids, they're going to need a little help going through this. So if there's another adult in the classroom, that's helpful. Otherwise, worst case, just get that top part filled out where they circle how they're feeling, get their name on the bottom. And there's a couple copies of that one too. The last one is more for when something really went on, like an incident. Okay. And here, this one is going to ask, where were you? What did you do? What did you see? What did you say? If something went on, whether it was damaging school property or a fight or argument or something like that. On the back of it, especially if it's an older student, you can have them continue with the reflecting on expected behaviors. Otherwise, just the front sheet is just fine on that. So at the end of the day or at the end of the class or whatever it might be, when you're done, please return these to the designated location. It might be in the wellness room or it might be in the after school area. But the next day, we're going to be looking for any of these that need follow up and giving the kids the support that they need to make better choices next time. So the whole idea is to make it very simple and very consistent for the message of expectations and consequences to get across no matter what time of day it is, no matter what class it is. And this is us helping kids to really understand the truth about life, that the things you do, they do have consequences, and they can be great ones or they can be not great ones. Thank you so much for your efforts towards this, for helping to strengthen the school community, make it a better place for the kids to enjoy and to learn, and for the adults to be here and to teach.